Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Atheist Chef here. Now, if you remember, about maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, I do so many of these damn videos, I never know anymore. I was replying to a video from Once Forgiven, Now Free. I'm going to link it down below. Basically, he was talking about the problems with Big Bang Cosmology, and of course, I was shooting those down. And then he talked about alternative creationist theories. And once again, I shot those down and or provided links to shut them down. But toward the end, I talked about the evidence that scientists are looking for. For the inflation theory, for the Big Bang Cosmology. So they've done the math, they've run the sciencey stuff, and you'll see some of that if you check in the links below. According to the inflation model, basically, if it was the case, if it was true, we would actually find it would create ripples in the fabric of space-time and gravity itself. Literally, we would have gravitational waves, and we've actually have experience with seeing these gravitational waves. Some people even won a Nobel Peace Prize for it. And in the link I'm going to offer, this goes into a bit better detail. So what they did was they'd taken a whole bunch of pictures of the universe, and just recently those photos have come in. And lo and behold, we found those gravitational waves that they were expecting. And they were able to identify, and then again it goes into detail what exactly it is, but you can see the effects of the gravitational waves by the way that it polarizes light in a certain manner. I think it's called B-side polarization. Again, read the article. But everything that they had claimed that they would find, according to the hypothesis that they had made years and years ago, like in the late 80s, this has come true. We found exactly what we were looking for. Well, I think exactly. We found the evidence that we were looking for that proves this. And so, like, this is like the, kind of that nail in the coffin there, just kind of say, hey, look, yep, there we go, it did it. I mean, we pretty much already knew, but here's your evidence for it. We made a hypothesis, and we said, if we expect this, if this model is true, this is what we'll find. And they found it. So how do Christians respond with this? Well, we already got the fine folks, fine creationists already saying, well, they were looking for that, so they made the evidence that way. It's the same crap every time, right? They're going to every bit of claim that we can ever make and every bit of evidence. They say, well, you look at the evidence the way you see it, and and you're going to get your interpretation out of it. Now, I'm curious to see how creationists are going to try and spin these photos or spin these things, this evidence. Now, the thing is, even if scientists tried to, fake it, fudge some numbers and whatnot, they provided the numbers and everything in that. And one of the links going to show below, it shows like everything. It's really in depth. And so anybody that was smart enough, smarter than me, can look into this and say, yeah, hold on, these numbers don't add up. This isn't right. This doesn't work. So creationists, now it's the ball's in your court. If you think you can disprove it, have fun with it. The only small hiccup is that it needs to be written down and put into like a peer-reviewed paper, and then it gets peer-reviewed, and then all that kind of good stuff goes down. But this is huge. This is, fantastic evidence for something that we've already believed was to be the case. And so this is just going to be one more, silver bullet. But it won't change much. I mean, by the fact that we already see people, creationists already trying to shut it down by, saying that we're lying, or, our evidence, we're looking at the evidence wrong, or we don't necessarily know if gravitational waves are the one that does it, but anything else could have done it, i.e. God, or, whatever nonsense they're going to throw out. And no matter how much evidence we give them, they're always going to have something to say. But, I guess you can't really say much about that. It's not about the evidence anymore. It's about the psychology. It's about the psychology of the person that refuses to believe it. But so there we go, folks. That's all I wanted to show about that. It's kind of neat. Read the articles, read the science behind it, and if you're smart, try and dig into that math and science that they pulled out. But I'm out, folks. I'm gonna go eat some supper and I'm gonna go play some Titanfall. Peace.